to get showcased.
Welcome everybody to another live edition of the Showcase Pod. I am Don Vega, and this is the boss Chris Blackheart. We're at it again, live from the 1776 studios here with Danny Badandi.
That's a really good opening.
Yeah, we were just talking about some old stories, how I nearly freeze my ass off in a trip to Halton, Maine. And our buddy Tex McCoy nearly drove us off a ledge. Tex, if you watch this, love you. It's been a long time, but we're back from another crusade of wrestling. Season's beatings is a wrap. We got new tag team champions. We're going to be doing some picks for this upcoming Saturday night's main event that is going to be taking place. What are you saying?
I'm just covering it. I don't want you to see my picks.
We haven't picked anything yet.
I know, but you could be peeking over. We're doing it the way that we said we're going to do, like three pay-per-views ago. But
all right, you see
wait. You want to get into Taunton? Why don't we get into Taunton first? There's a lot of news. We got some indie news.
Let's get right into Taunton.
You got that indie club we should show today too, and get our.
Which one's that one?
You know the one from somebody that we know that the internet was on fire the last couple of days.
We'll get into that shortly here. But going into Seasons Beatings 5, that took place at the Taunton BFW Hall in Taunton, Massachusetts this past December 6th. Like I said before, we got new tag team champions, but the action started hot with first round action as we saw the inconsistent bums, AZ and Matthew, Michael, son of God, whatever his name is.
The son of Matthew.
Yeah, whatever. Taking on newcomers, Los Tóxicos in first round action, and they came in a little short on that first round.
They did.
Little miscommunication.
I was watching it.
Miscomunicados.
It's a tournament. I would say nothing can happen, but everything can happen. Yes. I think they're a little overconfident, miscommunication.
Yeah.
I think they thought they were the favorites going in.
Yeah, Danny was coughing bullshit back there, if anything.
What?
Right, Danny?
You didn't think they were?
Yeah.
No, looking down there. I mean, there was a lot of changes coming in the week of, and
yeah,
they were my favorite.
Okay, long story short, they lost. Losers.
Moving on. Give him a second.
Moving on, still in first round action, we saw a special tag team was formed, and I had a little bit of a part in that. As you know, I had my foot acting up.
Why'd you tell the people you had a foot injury that week that you weren't cleared?
So, I wasn't going to leave, young Danny Cabral a flat after I picked him to be my partner. So I had the one partner for him, and I chose superstar Sean Candido. I thought, he's a veteran of the business. He knows the ropes. He could guide. I thought they would do pretty well. But surprisingly enough, the odd tag team, and it could have played a big role. This odd tag team that we picked out of the Hogan's Beer Box a couple weeks back, Brother Moon Revan and Jay Evans teamed up to take on Sean Candido and Danny Cabral, and those guys were victorious in first round action, talking about Jay Evans and Brother Moon Revan.
I was surprised on that one because I liked the pairing because I know there's some problems there, and I thought it could be good.
Well, there were problems.
No.
The problems might have helped confuse, Candido and Cabral.
Well, yeah. There a lot of things that could have went anyway, and I did not expect them to make it past the first round.
Well, they definitely did. They moved on from first round action, and then we went to debuting tag team of young lads as the returning D-Rex teamed up with his buddy, Picture Perfect Rocky, to take on what would have been the team of Dr. Roger Williams and the Bionic Dan Badandi, but Dan Badandi has some business on Friday. He couldn't make the show. So in his place, you like doing it, so go right ahead.
Well, it was. I can't say it's an equal replacement. Maybe a quarter replacement.
Well, you were happy about it, so.
It was a quarter. No, I wasn't happy. But again, wrestling's about opportunity.
You want to do it? Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
Wrestling's about opportunity, and you can't get opportunity if you're not there.
All right, so who was the partner?
This young
Oh, God. Jeez.
stallion happened to be in the wings waiting with his gear ready to go if it was needed.
So we saw
He got
Blake Stallion.
He got the call from the stable.
Talk about odd couples. The evil Dr. Williams teaming up with a stallion.
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky because if I was there, we would have been tag team champions right now.
Well, Danny, you should have. See this?
You say,
Coulda, shoulda,
Danny,
woulda.
you have a problem keeping tag team partners. You can't even find them. You lose them.
Well, that could have been good. He might have lost Roger Williams.
Oh, we may have to do that again. In Woonsocket, December 28th, Roger Williams, Dan Badandi. They were tag team.
Roger Williams.
We're going to call them Lost and Please Don't Find.
Well, Rocky and D-Rex, they look pretty good together. But Roger Williams did have control of majority of that match. And miscommunication by young Blake Stallion.
It happens. Again, he's young. He's going to make errors. And
cost them the match. And Roger Williams wasn't too happy about that afterwards.
Yeah, I think...
Are they still picking up the remaining of his teeth from
I think the Stallion
BFW?
definitely has to get his main check because, man, Williams gave him that
talk
clothesline.
about a clothesline from hell. Almost took his head off his shoulders. But nonetheless, Rocky and D-Rex advance first round action, moving on to the second round of the tag team tournament. But before that second round, we saw another odd couple join forces as the team of Rambo Godfrey, the heavyweight champion and Sons of Liberty champion, along with his nemesis, Big Matt Thompson, took on the team of Higher Learning, the Damien, and the educator, Christopher Spratt. What do you thought about that, man?
Again, that's another odd pairing that I did like. Again, could have been really good or really bad. And I see by the results and watching it, I'm like...
I'm surprised Rambo did what he did.
I was too, because Rambo likes to win. And
I would have thought he would have went, and it looked like they had things going. It looked like they would have continued their roll into the next round, and then all of a sudden Rambo spears Matt Thompson and walks out on him. It's been a long time coming between those two. Could that be a sign of things to come? We'll have to find out. We're getting geared up into the new year. Our final event is coming up. We're going to talk about that soon. But, moving into the second round was the team of Higher Learning, the Damien and Christopher Spratt, victorious over Big Matt Thompson and Rambo Godfrey. Now, second round action took us to some new matchups as Los Tóxicos took on the young team of D-Rex and Rocky. So, you watch any of that match?
I did. I watched it. The young kids didn't do bad. I mean, first time they've tagged.
Yeah.
Slipped into the second round. Watching, I could see the experience level wasn't there between the two teams.
Yeah.
But again, we have a team that literally been tagging, in the spotlight for 2 matches or probably about 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. And the other team, they travel together, they train together.
Yeah,
been tagging for about 3 years.
Yeah.
Puss weight. But how do you know? Stuff happens. So I wasn't surprised. I thought maybe they could get an upset, the young kids, but
coming into this whole tournament, Los Tóxicos, they had an advantage of being the newcomers, but being an experienced tag team. They coming from Cap Wrestling in New York City. They like you said, They trained together, they traveled together, and a lot of guys did not do their homework on these guys. And they came in surprising everybody. I mean, the people liked them, and the wrestling spoke for itself. So they did beat the young kids, D-Rex and Rocky, and moved on to the finals of the Tag Team Championship Tournament. Then we saw another match in the second round, which featured High Learning once again, Damien and Christopher Spratt, taking on the team of Brother Moon Revan and Jay Evans. And that you see what happened at the end of that.
A little weird. A little weird. I do not like when lights go off during the show. It's never good.
I mean, you know, we talked about it before. You know, we've seen these sketchy situations, these sketchy deals that have been going on with Jay Evans and his matches. You know, he comes out with all of a sudden wearing a dress, kind of like, you know, Annabelle used to wear when she was with Brother Moon Revan. We saw that for the last couple of weeks, and then finally, you know, this match is taking place, and out of nowhere, lights go out, like you said, and we hear words from the mysterious doll Annabelle. I mean, it's been a long time. We haven't heard from Annabelle at all.
I recorded that.
Well,
You want to play it, or?
I mean, if you recorded it and we could feed it through. I mean, this thing was creepy.
Do you know what it is?
I haven't seen Jay Evans since that event Friday in Taunton.
I'll let you. I don't.
So
I don't
you
want
don't
to.
want to. All right, Danny. Is it gonna feed if I play it into the mic here?
Yeah.
All right.
Listen to
So
it.
Oh, tell him, Brody.
It's creepy.
My dear, dear Brother Moon Revan, you have betrayed me.
I don't know.
I once was your sweet Annabelle,
She's not
and
sweet.
you won every match for me. But now, you've had me sit for months in a damp and dark corner of my asylum,
I think she's down in the basement.
alone,
I'm not going
with
to that
worthless
basement.
garbage. What happened to the diabolical Scotlander? Does he no longer exist? I may not be there physically, but I'll surely be on your mind. I wonder who my next minion will be. Some young, weak soul? Or a tall and mighty being? Maybe someone will come save me. Maybe no one will. Do not worry, dear boy. Annabelle always prevails. But you know what they say about karma.
You can take your phone back now, Chris Blackheart. You know, I'm all set.
Told you.
I'm all set with a creepy laugh and all that. If people recall going back, and if you haven't, go back on our YouTube channel, SP Wrestling, here on YouTube, and go watch the situations I had to encounter a few years back during the pandemic with Scott and his little puppet doll, whatever, Annabelle. You know, some weird shit definitely went down, and I'm not a fan of it. And now we're gonna see this again with Jay Evans. Is that what she's saying?
I have
She's
no
taking.
idea.
She's.
I have no idea. I heard it when you heard it. I just hit the record button because I'm like,
So what's gonna happen to Brother Moon Revan? I
don't
mean,
know.
what does this mean?
we'll
Like,
find out.
she's pissed off. He left her.
Well, you know, you can't. You gotta take care of your toys and your dolls.
With that being
Apparently,
said,
he didn't. So
after this whole spooktacular deal happened, High Learning pulled off the upset,
they did us.
and they advanced to the final match for the SPW Tag Team Championship as they took on Los Tóxicos for the titles. And that was a big back and forth match. Everything was, going right down the middle. Until suddenly, one individual shows up. And then we see another individual show up. You want to enlighten us and let us know who these individuals were?
All right, so it wasn't me.
Yeah, no.
So what looked like it happened.
What look? Here we go, Danny.
What it looked like happened is that your two non-friends of Matthew
two cheaters
and AZ was upset from their first round loss. They came out there because they thought...
For what? You're supposed to be watching this thing, Chris Blackheart.
I can control everybody. Because remember, it happened very, very
See
quickly
this,
out there.
Danny? If
No,
it would
it
have been me...
No, it happened quickly.
If it would have been me going out there with a chair, he would have miraculously appeared and stopped me from doing
All right,
it.
so now you're complaining. All right, but it happened quickly. It was two of them. One went one way, then went the other way. The ref was distracted. It looked like, I haven't seen the footage yet because it's a little fuzzy. It looked like AZ was fixing his hair, looking in the mirror.
So that's your version of it.
And then the mirror slipped out of his hands and cracked Sprat in the head.
Well, I'll give you the version that really happened.
But that's kind of...
We saw the lackey Matthew go out there,
All right.
distract the referee, distract the Damien, and while one of the Toxicals and Christopher Spratt were on the opposite side of the ring, here came the inconsistent bum himself, AZ, with his mirror, try to hit one of the Toxicals. He dropped down and he smashed that mirror across the face of Christopher Spratt, not only leaving Christopher Spratt a bloody freaking mess, but him actually, mutilating his own hand. And I don't think Toxicals were counting on that. I don't think they wanted that. But it is a contest. Match kept going. And they did beat High Learning to become the new SPW Tag Team Champions. Thanks to the inconsistent bums, AZ and Matthew.
It's weird
Lackey,
though. 4K video going fuzzy. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? No, I said the footage that I received.
Yeah, 4K
Yeah.
video.
It was slightly
going
off.
fuzzy.
Yeah, it was dark like Annabelle's message.
No, it was off because so what I did, I asked Justin, one of our camera production people, to give me the raw footage. The raw footage he gave me wasn't a clean shot.
Okay.
There was two cameras. I had the raw footage because I wanted immediately to review it, and it wasn't clean.
There was a clean shot to the head with that mirror.
Well, no, it was, and in true fashion, the referee doesn't see it. Majority of the time, it is legal.
I mean, the blood that was all over the ring. I mean, it's
But how do
hard
you know that? I mean, this is cold
Did
season.
Spratt get stitches on that? I mean, he was bleeding.
I did check with Spratt the next day. He had a headache, slight bump, a couple of cuts in his head. It looked worse than it was. The good part about it, he roughly has 22 days to heal up until Woonsocket. So hopefully, the cuts and the bruising goes down. I did check an AZ, and you don't care about him. He did get injured when that mirror slipped out of his hand.
Slipped out his hand, sure.
He got a cut, so he couldn't get his nails done that weekend. They were supposed to, his pedicure. He couldn't get a manicure.
What he should get is a fine and a suspension. That's what he should get.
Well,
Would he slip out there too? Just being out
we're going to be having a year-end conference between myself and Cena and Muldoon. We'll bring it up.
I gotta bring these. Remind me next time we have Cena on here. I gotta ask him about these meetings that Blackheart supposedly having with these guys. Well, you never invite us.
Because you're not on that. There's different.
We should ask Sergeant Muldoon too.
It is.
Yeah.
No, there's different levels.
I'm gonna have to call Sarge and ask him about these
When
meetings.
we have an
that are
open
taking
talent meeting, that's a little bit different. That is not.
It just so
It's the
happens.
championship committee.
Well, it just so happens that every time Chris Blackheart has one of these meetings, there's no repercussion to any of these actions by any of these guys. I'm just saying.
Right, but okay, if Spratt got cut open and AZ got cut open, and Dan can tell you, didn't a famous book have,
Well, the
an
problem
eye
is,
for an eye, a blood for a blood?
well, if I was Spratt, I'd be
See?
looking for a mirror right now.
Yeah.
To smash across both of their
Okay,
heads.
well, in all honesty, when you look at it, AZ and Matthew should not have been out there.
Well, now we can agree.
They
on
should
something.
not have been out there. But in other fashion, the referee doesn't see it. So are you telling me for championship matches now we should have 2 referees?
Well, I
One
mean,
in, one out?
if guys can't butt out situations and
All right,
mind
so
their
put
business,
it out there. Why don't we put it out there now? Danny, put it on the chat too. Do you think for championship matches that they should be 2 referees?
maybe for tag team matches because there's 4 guys in the ring.
All right,
I mean,
so it is twice. All right.
Maybe for tag team matches that could be a possibility.
All right.
But what does this mean now for higher learning? Do they get a rematch?
We are working on that. Obviously, first we've got to find out if Spratt is cleared. But we will be announcing on the pod coming up new tag team champions. I call them like the sleeping dog of the tournament because
Well, like
they
I said,
were there.
a lot of guys didn't do their
no,
homework.
they didn't do their homework. And shame on the guys in the locker room, right? Shame on every single person who was in that tournament. That once you knew the brackets, you knew the talent. You should have looked up and found out, wow, we got to do something.
Yeah.
And they did it. So congratulations. A true form. New tag team champions.
New talent coming in
Yeah,
to showcase.
They were smart. I like smart wrestlers.
So if you guys are watching live here in the chat room is a poll, should there be 2 refs in the championship matches? Yes or no?
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So now we tune things up to another great event that's going to be happening, returning actually to television this Saturday night.
Oh, okay. And we are on top of it.
It's Saturday
Showcase.
night's main event.
It's not showcase.
Not yet. We're not into the plugs yet. Because Blackheart got excited.
Well, we've been using their stuff because they haven't been using
We
it.
know, but they
right.
got the TV and people freaking know. They got the big bucks, so we'll
right, let's
stick
go,
with
let's go, let's
showcase Saturday night. Saturday night's main event is back again. This time under the WWE banner once again, and we got some matches to pick from. Danny, if you wanna bring it up on the screen there.
Sure.
Are you looking?
Starting off with the big one.
I'm not looking at anything.
All right.
I got the matches written down right
I
over
do too. I
here.
wrote mine too. Did you
And
write
I'm
them in
gonna
English?
put a circle.
You write them in English or Spanish?
No, I wrote them in English.
All right. Well, then I can cheat off you then.
First big matchup is for the WWE Championship, as Kevin Owens will challenge Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Who do you have, gentlemen, in this matchup here?
Are we gonna tell at the end or?
Yeah, we'll tell at the
All right,
end.
all right,
Just
all
circle your
Oh boy, the next one.
your guy, and
All right. The next one, I think that's a tough one too. All right.
And let us know in the audience too. Put in the chat room who do you got.
Yeah. All right. No, we'll do it.
so that was Cody against Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship, as well on the card. The WWE World's Heavyweight Championship will be on the line in a triple threat encounter, as Gunther will face Damian Priest and Finn Balor for the World Championship. Who do you have on that one?
I got mine.
Okay, I got mine. Danny, you got yours?
Yep.
All right. Next one.
The next matchup is for #1 contendership, or is it for the championship? Is it for the championship?
Yeah, this is on the women's match.
It's the women's championship match, as Liv Morgan will defend against Io Sky. I have mine here. You got yours, Danny?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Now, the next match is that for contendership of the World Championship or the WWE Championship?
Oh, it's Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn.
For which title?
It doesn't say.
All right, so Drew McIntyre taking on Sami Zayn. I got my pick here. And then the final match that is shown It's actually 2 matches.
Well, we have, I think Friday they're going to have
Bailey
in green.
against Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton taking on Mia Yang. And then the winners of that matchup will go on to Saturday night's main event to wrestle for number 1 contendership for Women's Championship.
Nope, it'll be for the women's brand new United States Championship.
Oh, U.S. belt. Okay.
All right. So actually,
we're going to go into Friday, which is tomorrow.
Well, I think you have to also, I think you should do a prediction on the match that may.
Yes, I am.
All right, so you got to do 3.
I am.
All right,
So.
you got that, Danny? So we we did the 2 matches of what ifs, but then you got to see who you think is going over on Saturday.
Also, the 2 opponents and the winner.
Yeah.
All right, so who wants to go first?
All right. Why don't you? All right. What about the first match?
First match, Cody against Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Cody.
Me too.
All right, I got Cody.
I got
Cody
Cody,
Rhodes
too.
on the WWE Championship matchup.
Yeah.
Okay, second match, World Heavyweight Title, Gunther versus Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. Triple threat match. I'm gonna go with Gunther on this one.
I got Gunther.
I got Gunther as well, retaining the World Championship.
Damian and Priest.
Yeah. The next
The
matchup,
next match will be
women's title matchup.
women's title match for the world title is Liv Morgan against Io Sky. I'm gonna go with Liv.
Yep, I also got
Me
Liv
too.
retaining. What the hell, Chris?
I told you to write in
I
Spanish.
also got Liv retaining the women's championship.
Yeah.
Drew and Sami Zayn.
Yep, I got Drew on this one.
I did Drew too.
I got Sami Zayn on this one.
All right.
And the women's U.S. title, first of all, the finals tomorrow, then the 2 finals go
All
on
right, so
Saturday.
you give us your outtake on who's winning those and who's advancing and who's winning the U.S. belt on Saturday night's main event.
Me, I'm going to go Tiffany and Bailey are going to win tomorrow, and they're going to go on, and I think Tiffany's going to defeat Bailey to become the new United States champion.
Okay, Chris Blackheart, what is your prediction?
I went with green. I feel like we're playing. Was it Clue? When he goes like, Professor Plum, with the pen.
All right, you
right.
got the power of the pen. Let's
All
go.
right. So I got green Stratton with green going over.
You son of a bitch.
What? Yeah. Hey, it's like it's like an exam.
So I got Green going over Bailey,
Yeah.
Stratton over Mia Yang,
Yeah.
and Green over Stratton on Saturday night's main event to become the new U.S. Women's Champion.
all right.
Just because Stratton has a guaranteed shot at a title, so at any given moment she could challenge for any belt if she comes in second.
Do you know what I just
So-
thought of? Green could win it, and then Stratton could cash in right away.
Well, yeah, but I don't think she's gonna lose. I don't think she's gonna cash in at the U.S. belt. I think she's gonna save that for the big one.
Oh yeah, no,
And
she's
cash in
I agree with
at a later time on one Big Nia Jax.
What do you guys think of the new belt?
Actually, have you seen Nia Jax play her gear?
Yeah, she's getting better and better, huh?
All right, you are welcome. Thank you for listening
she's
to the
listening
pod.
to the podcast when we said that
Yeah, no,
the
it
gear
is.
looked horrendous.
No,
she had to
it's
expose her
good.
legs more and
Yeah, no,
you
the
know,
gear looks good.
give her a
and-
little bit of a shape going.
Yeah. It's tough, man. Gear. We just had this conversation literally today because you were posting up.
Yeah, I
some-
posted some old stuff. I was going in through some old albums and started finding some stuff, back to the K&H days and the Adrian Streak days of the
Yeah, no, I
the
mean,
gear.
Well, you look at the ironic part with K&H is like I remember at Kowalski's. I think we got I think we even had. We just got like a phone number for them.
Yeah.
And then there was a boot catalog that Walter would.
If you want to go on my Facebook page, Danny, it'll show the post that I made earlier with the training page, SPW training page, as a post on what we're talking about here about the
Oh, you want to?
how we used to order the gear, how we used to order the boots. I still got catalogs and designs that I made for old gear that I had made for myself.
Oh, there it is.
Is that it right there?
No, you gotta. You gotta go on the training page.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dan,
like the
Dan I'm
training center?
gonna pop it up to you right now.
All right.
I'm gonna pop it on the pod messenger.
Yep.
All right, boom.
It's a hell of a lot
Nope, wrong
different process than what we used to go through then, and what it is now is a lot easier with guys having. Yeah, that's not the one. You get X out of that.
I just screenshotted it. I'm going to pod. Recent. It's weird. Why it's not showing up?
Let's see if I could.
What's up, Daniel Alves and Brian Starr and
Well,
Francis Bros and
Well, we find this deal here going on.
Yeah, I'll send some reason. it's
Don't
not-
forget to vote in the poll there. Should be 2 referees for a championship match and Showcase Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, I'm gonna send
Yes
it
or
to you
no?
via text because some reason it's not showing.
So vote in the
Boom, there you
poll
go.
there. 4 votes so far.
Yeah. No, but the idea was, I mean, gear is tough, and then you look at how it's actually done nowadays. It's so easy. Go on the internet, pop some stuff in.
I'm sending it to Daniel now. Hold on, I gotta go to the pod.
But what about you? Want to get into? Let's get into the wrestling crap of the week.
There we go. You're excited.
I
about
do.
that.
I am.
Hold
because-
on, let him pull it up.
No,
I
'cause
send it to you on the.
I have some opinions.
It's 2 pages. I send it in,
Yeah.
Danny. I don't know if it's gone through yet, but
Yeah,
On the
sorry.
Showcase pod or
Yeah.
on the showcase pod, yeah.
not yet.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right,
there we
sent.
go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there we go on the screen. This is how we used to order our boots before. Back in the day, take your measurements, and that one in particular was Miss South Boots. That had this little catalog put together, and
Yeah, I got my first pair of boots, J&M.
J&M, yeah, Miss South did my white and black patent leather boots for me, and they ran around $260 back then.
That's
So you had to measure your calf on all three angles there shown on the picture, and mail a money order, and then hopefully wait wait a few months, and hopefully they wouldn't chase you out of the $200 and something dollars.
yeah. You know what's funny? Like back then, it was simpler.
Yeah. There you see
And-
there you see some K&H wrestling wear, and 2 of the designs that I drew back then at that time that I had them made. It's up on the screen. But yeah, it was a process, man. You had to literally trust these people, wait a bunch of time, and everything was done by mail or a phone call.
Well, and then you look at now the stories that people have. Either they get the reputations and they get bombarded by people.
Mm-hmm.
And then people ghost people. I mean, back then, you mailed a check.
Yeah.
6 to 8 weeks, you got a box.
Yeah.
And some days it fit.
Some days
it
you had to
didn't.
send it back.
Well, that would suck. You went all the time to get it and it didn't fit.
I did that a few times. I had to send it back because it was either too tight or you didn't like the way the knee pads fit or whatever the case was. But it was the same process again. You would have to go ship it back to them, wait another 8 weeks, and get the thing back. Or if you were lucky, they would get it done quickly and send it back to you
I
quickly.
used to go to Adrian Street.
I did.
Yeah,
I got,
Adrian Streaks. I got a long pair of tights that I briefly used from Adrian. But those were the places. Those were the places to get your gear back then. That's why you saw a lot of guys just getting singlets, because it was a process to get custom gear. Back then. So yeah, interesting little.
The bottles of hot stuff.
Yeah, those too. They don't have hot stuff anymore. I
used to ruin my gear.
I was allergic to that before, but then I started wrestling Ray Roy a lot. He used to take baths on that. I started wrestling
Fuller,
Rick
yeah.
Fuller a lot. He used to take baths on that. I became immune to it, and it actually cleared my sinuses. So then I started using it. So, it was pretty good. I mean, I liked it. Because I don't like it.
And I'll tell you why I don't like it. I never wore it because I tanned. right?
Yeah.
And my tan was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But I remember I was helping somebody, and hey, can you help me put the stuff on? And I did.
Yeah.
And I go and wash my hands. And then I had to
You
go.
put it in your eyes.
No, I didn't put it in my eyes. And then I had to go to the bathroom, and I didn't clean my hands, I guess, as I thought.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a little
Was
hot.
your wee
And
burning
it was a
afterwards?
little hot for a while.
Well, funny story on that before we go into your moment of joy here in a second.
Well, it's not a moment of joy. It's
Well, you've been excited about it. Funny story. So it's Power League Wrestling. We're somewhere in Rhode Island. We're doing a show. And Zach, the referee, Zach, I still love you.
I love the story. I love it.
Zach, if you listen to this, it's all.
Wait, does he know the story?
Oh, he knows.
He knows it now,
He
okay.
knows it was me. Zach been annoying me the whole day, and I was already annoyed. And Zach, you used to annoy the shit out of me at times. Zach was kimchi for a little while, and he was doing the gimmick, and he been annoying me all day long. Oh yeah, I'm kimchi today, blah blah blah. You know how Zach could be. I do happen to have my hot stuff, and it does happen to be 90 degrees outside. And Zach does happen to leave his kimchi mask next to my gear bag, which I had a brilliant idea to spray hot stuff just in the eyelets and around the mouth of the mask. So he comes in, he's rushing, he's putting his mask on, and he's out there and blazing sun, and all of a sudden, here starts the rubbing on the chin and the mouth, rubbing on the eyes, and he could barely stand, and then he sucks it up. I give you that much, Saki.
Wow.
You sucked it up.
Can
You took it like
we pause for a second?
What?
The funniest thing of that whole story so far is I could picture the boys at the curtain.
Oh, they were the boys.
We were all watching Zach.
Yeah, because then I said, Zach's been because Zach, we love you, but there's a reason we call you Zach the bitch. You could be annoying, and the boys were like, "What? You put hot stuff on this shit?" They were like, "Yep, we're watching this shit."
It was good.
So like I said, it was freaking blazing summer, probably 90 degrees outside. Zach starts touching his eyes and rubbing his mouth, and I see him going toward the apron because Tommy D had aprons like the material like this. So I caught him trying to clean himself, and then after the match was over, Zach just runs in the back. And he knew exactly where we had a cooler with ice and the drinks. Starts digging the drinks out and sticks his head in the ice. He's like, "Oh, you motherfucker, I'm burning. So then poor Saki takes off the mask, and he looked like he'd been tanning with like the two eyelets and the mouth. It was all red, beet red, kind of like the hat there, the Santa hat.
Oh, that was good.
Love you, Saki. Miss you. Good fun, huh?
Yeah, that was
Probably
good.
get arrested now if I pull that prank, huh? I'll have a whole blacklisting. I told you about.
All right.
I told you about that now. Yeah, like my segue, huh?
Good segue. All right, bring up hey, Danny, can you bring up that footage? You have that footage that people are posting on that Connecticut show?
The classic moment, and we're gonna be doing these going forward.
Let me see. This, yeah. Let me.
Oh man,
Zach, man,
I can see Zaki now, man. His eyes were beat red.
Well, Brian Starr in the chat
Where'd it go?
room.
Where'd
He
it
said, I bought
Come on, I could have sworn he had it.
I bought wrestling boots from Puerto Rico, shipped to New York for $200. They were worth about $20, and I never used them. The bottom platform of the boot was completely slippery.
He went to Pro Wrestling Boots.
Yeah,
This is recently. We're talking about 1998, 1999. Mid-South boots. Those boots don't fall apart, brother. You get a pair for. I think Blackheart still got his from.
I did. I got two pairs from. Was it J&M?
J&M. Yeah, they had Stagecoach.
Yeah, Stagecoach was good. Yeah.
So
but it was funny. Like back then, I think it was like $275.
Yeah, you get a pair of boots. You have them until you're done. Yeah.
Hey, Danny, you want to look up? I can't find the other one. Danny, look up that person. See if you can
Pull out the video there,
Yeah.
the feed, just the video. Don't show.
Yeah, the other. So,
Don't
but the
show the
idea
other
was
stuff.
like to this day, like if you are ordering boots, whatever your measurements really are, use those. Do not say, "Well, my calf's going to get bigger."
Yeah.
Use it because I remember my first pair to my second pair.
Yeah.
You know, my second pair made a little bit tighter.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect fit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just between custom and being like.
Plus, leather stretches out as
Yeah.
time goes on. So.
Yeah, and I had those. I mean, I still have the white pairs. I still have the other ones. They get a little beat
And
up.
the good thing about it was that if you got the calf leather, you could dye those and you
Yeah.
continue to use them, and they're like brand new,
Yeah.
basically. So you know.
Yeah. Play that video because that was the big issue over the weekend going into Monday. So why don't we play a
Blackheart
video?
knows the story. He's the one that broke the story to me.
Well, yeah.
So let's
Well, I only
let's
found
watch some
yeah.
of this footage.
Yeah, this one's very, very quick. And then I'll tell the backstory of what I know, and then we'll get some.
And now this woman just choking Greg right in front of the referee. Oh, down she goes. And now this woman just choking Greg right in front of the referee. Oh, down she goes.
All right, so supposing what happened in that clip, well, at least what the Connecticut social media was saying is that you had a wrestler who hit a female individual,
Yeah.
and then after the match was ridiculing the individual, and they were very upset. They went up and down social media that a wrestler beat up a female at a wrestling show.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing when I saw that, and I looked at all the comments, and it was people in the business. I don't know a lot of them. I know the names of a lot of people. I don't know the people. My first thing was, why are the boys bringing it to social media? If there's an issue,
Yeah, bring it to the guy at the show. Like
You're
back in the
up there,
day, you
yeah,
got a problem
and
with somebody, you
that's-
see wrongdoing,
Yes.
go talk to the source right away.
that was the biggest thing that I put out immediately. I'm like, why are the boys going to social media? If there's an issue, you address it that night. The promoter should be addressing it. The talent should be addressing it. You go on social media 2 days later and show a clip. The thing that amazes me, right? It's wrestling, right? It is pro wrestling, right? So everyone's equal, right? Until they're not.
Well,
So you have intergender matches all the time, and nobody complains, right?
mm-hmm.
Now you have a valet who gets hit. You know that they're all upset she got hit. It's wrestling.
Poor Chris, man.
No, but it's
So-
wrestling, right?
No, not you,
So-
Chris and Nito.
So I got a phone call today that there's a petition going out to Crockett Promotions in regards to Tully Blanchard because he physically assaulted Baby Doll in 1985. It's called
man.
pro wrestling. If you're in the environment, you should know how to work. You should be taking care of your fellow workers.
Mm-hmm.
That's like that never occurred to anybody, you know. And
So what they were trying to say that he purposely did this, or
they're saying that he would purposely did it. He's a woman abuser. And I'm like, it's a wrestling match. Stuff doesn't always go correctly.
yeah,
And if he struck her, it happens.
yeah,
And then in the back, supposedly, you know, if he was upset or they're having words, you know.
yeah. Well,
But I don't think anyone broke
I
it
don't
in.
have video. We don't have
Yeah,
video.
we're not
of
video of
the-
that, but I guess nobody really broke it up. But then there's people like, oh, we should contact the venue. The venue shouldn't be allowing them to wrestle here because you have a guy on the card that abuses women. It is wrestling. Now, ironically, I'm gonna pull back the curtain a little bit, right? The person who got hit is Chris's girlfriend and valet. When I spoke with Chris 4 days later, because I was at the school early, and I'm like, oh, let me call and give him shit.
Yeah.
Right? So I said, hey, anything going on down in your way?
Yeah,
Right? And he goes, well, what do you mean? I said, well, you know, I heard you've been hitting women in Connecticut. Right? And then he told him the story, and I'm like, you have a couple that's working together. She's managing him.
yeah,
a spot went awry. Now he said, now I couldn't see from that. He said that he tried to push her.
Yeah.
And to me, it looks more like a punch. Now, the first thing I thought when this happened, right, when I'm watching it, and I'm like, Chris screwed up.
Yeah.
Why are you repeating? If you miss something in the match or something goes planned, why are you throwing 2 punches?
Yeah.
So I just thought he was off. It was sloppy. He shouldn't repeat.
Yeah.
Not from all that other stuff there. But I was just amazed that all these people are jumping online and, get rid of him. He's so unsafe. It is wrestling.
Well, my whole thing is like, it's a popular thing now to go online afterwards and bash people. If you're seeing a wrongdoing, stop it as is taking place.
Yeah.
Confront it as it's happening. Confront it when the source is in front of you. Don't wait to go on the internet and be an internet hero and start commenting and talking shit. If you're gonna be a part of the solution, be the part of the solution when the problem is taking place.
Yeah,
that's my outtake on it.
We've all worked numerous shows with mixed talent. They were male or female managers and ballets.
So that was his own girlfriend.
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess
Yeah.
well, what he said, if you look at the apron, I guess her foot got stuck on the apron.
Oh.
But it's like stuff happens. It's not ballet.
We're gonna be playing we're gonna be looking throughout the week, and it just happens that
But no,
these guys are local, and this incident was going on. But we're gonna be looking at a segment of the week. We did review a picture a couple weeks back. Now this and.
But that just. The boys should take care of the boys. The boys should be taking care of their own business. And I mean the boys as the locker room. So male, female, whatever. You're in the locker room, there's a problem, take care of it. I mean, we've had in our locker rooms, some days, stuff doesn't go right, and some days people get heated.
Yeah.
I remember in the day, we've had some problems. And it's amazing, either A, you talk it out, or B, you want to throw hands.
Well,
and guess what? Not a lot of people want to throw hands.
Majority of times I used to... come to the conclusion on both parts back then. Nowadays people are so I don't know what the correct term would be.
No, but it just and this is why I think a problem with wrestling. Everybody want to be inclusive. And guess what? You have to get training, right? You have to be in an environment that's going to make you better. You have to be in an environment where you can be accountable. You can't just go and play wrestling with friends and family.
Well, speaking of being accountable, being trained, and properly trained, you talk about the Showcase Pro Wrestling Training Center Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, 126 Main Street in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. If you want to become a professional wrestler, we got a full facility with 2 rings, gym equipment, training 3 days a week with Coach Ken on Wednesdays. Come and see for yourself. Come pay us a visit. And what's the email address on that?
You can do promoter at showcasewrestling.com. All social media, SP Wrestling. Just hit the message button. Everybody's welcome. If you want to be trained, I'm going to steal a tagline from someone that we know. Trained, retrained.
Yeah. Train again.
Or train again. Yeah. If you're a new person or someone who wants to come back after a while, come on down, talk to us. People would think what they want for Christmas.
If you've been gone for 5 years, you can't count that as active.
That drives me. But that's another thing we should be bringing up down the line. Drives me bananas. Okay. Indie math is awful.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? But anyone who wants a perfect birthday gift for anyone, join Showcase Pro Wrestling. Send us an email and get you a gift card down there. Prepay somebody's tuition. That is an awesome gift. For the January season.
Yeah. Well, before we move on, speaking of birthday gifts, somebody messaged me that attended one of your birthday parties at the Showcase Pro Wrestling Training Center. He loved it. He's going to be contacting you soon to have his child have a birthday party at the training facility. So if you got an upcoming birthday for your little one, big one, old one, whatever it is, we do those too. Information on that.
Go to showcasewrestling.com. We read some information there. Or it's just in that email.
I guess you get to have an entrance and all that. You have some matches. You're interactive.
It is. We get the crash dummies, though. We get the the pads, though, we do promos. We'd go to the entranceway with lights going over. It is the best
whole
birthday
works.
party ever. And if you're a parent, it is the easiest birthday party you'll ever have, and you're going to be super mom or dad.
Yep. So there you have it with that.
Oh yeah, if I was a kid and I had that, man, I'd be.
Danny, you can have your.
Dan can have it right
You
now.
can
He
have your
wants to have
birthday
one
party
of-
there. And
Yep.
you can bring all of your no friends there if you want.
Well, he could bring all the Hogan beers, but we know
Oh.
Christopher Spratt will show up
Yep.
and they'll go missing.
Yeah.
So,
Next week they're on the Bears.
What?
So I'll bring some Bears in next week.
Why?
All right.
Some Hogan Bears.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
want, he said why? He doesn't want
Yes,
any.
yeah,
So,
Hogan beers.
while we're in the plugs, we're back. New year, our first show of the year.
Wow, it's actually our last show of the
we got one more. See, I lost track.
think it's
Our last
Hogan.
show of the year, December the 28th. We're back at the Showcase Pro Wrestling Training Center and Arena, 126 Main Street in Woonsocket. You're right there, Chris Blackheart?
Some days.
He's choking over here. For Showcase Saturday night in Woonsocket, last show of the year, 7:07 p.m. bell time. Don't miss the closeout of the season 2024, December 28th, Saturday night in Woonsocket. Then the new year, 2025, we're back again at it at the Taunton BFW Hall, Friday night, 7:47 p.m. bell time, January 17th. And matches for that will be announced shortly here on the pod, as well as for the following week, as we return live to the Franklin Elks Lodge, 1077 Pond Street, Franklin, Massachusetts, with a big card and a special edition of Showcase Saturday Night in Franklin live, so you don't want to miss that one. That one's going to be big. Get your tickets at showcaseprowrestling.com. And if we could rewind, now that we're done with the plugs here for Showcase, rewind the night before, December 27th, RCW returns to Medford, Massachusetts for the Royal Crown Tournament to determine the number one contender for the new year to crown a new RCW heavyweight champion. And on that card, you will see the Native American former WWF superstar legend Tatanka will be in tag team action in a mixed tag team matchup that night, December the 27th, in, what do you got there?
Oh, just my picture.
Oh, he's got, see, Danny's securing. But December 27th there in Medford, Massachusetts. Tickets available, RoyalCrownWrestling.com. I've just been informed that I'll be taking on one Christopher Spratt on that card. Christopher Spratt is not very smart after you got your face busted in to be stepping in the ring against somebody named Puerto Rican Punisher, Don Vega. But other than that, get your tickets. It's going to be a great night. A wrestling weekend. Medford, Mass for Royal Crown Wrestling. The next day, Showcase Saturday night in Woonsocket.
Well, the great part about that, great stocking stuffers, right? But if some reason you were so bad and Santa got you nothing but coal, you can still buy yourself tickets online for both of the events.
Yes.
And have a great weekend.
Buy yourself a ticket. Give yourself a gift.
Yes.
Be the Grinch. Only care about you. Buy your own ticket. You like that, huh?
I do like that.
You're not going to be exchanging any gifts this year, Chris
We're
Barker?
not getting into that right now.
If there's anything that you need or want as a gift this year, Chris
No.
Barker?
No.
You're
Well,
all set for everything?
I can't say what I deserve on the air. But if you want to get into another day, we'll have a Christmas show and we'll get over. I know you. But look at the good part. In Taunton, our last show of the year, what didn't happen, I did not get wrapped up like a present, get stuck to a pole this year.
Well, I heard Santa Claus was in the house, and there's this rumor going around that Blackheart was dressed as Santa Claus.
Like everything else in wrestling, the rumors go around all the time.
Well, is Santa Claus going to show up in Woonsocket? Or?
I think he should, to be honest with you. I mean,
He should. I mean, I know here in the States, like I said, we've been if you've been watching for a while, you should know by now. Shame on you if you don't. But I know in the States right away, December 25th, the next day they throw away all the decorations and the tree. In Puerto Rico, we're just getting started.
Wait a minute.
Because Christmas goes all the way to after Three Kings Day.
So how many days of Christmas do you have? Or when is the start?
Puerto Rico's got the longest Christmas. If you want, go on Google, go on the search bar there, Daniel, and search which country has the longest Christmas.
Oh, it's like
and I
3
believe
days?
it's Puerto Rico, huh?
Is it like 3 days? It's like Hanukkah then.
Oh, it's longer than that.
Well, Hanukkah's like
We celebrate the
Hanukkah's
same
seven.
holidays as here,
Yeah.
but it goes on past Three Kings Day. So yeah, don't throw away your decorations. Keep them around, because Santa Claus might be coming to town December 28th in Woonsocket.
Oh, it says the Philippines and then
It's Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, yeah.
Yeah.
How many
That's the
days?
longest Christmas.
How many
So
days?
The 8 days after Three Kings Day are known as
Yep.
Puerto Rico as
So
well.
is 7 is 11 days?
Yeah, it's called Octavitas, which is 8 days of partying, drinking beer, rum, all that good
Right,
stuff
so-
at the beach, Chris Blackheart, going to different houses, eating food, you know what I mean? That type of stuff.
So from all the bad things people have said in the past about Puerto Rico, right?
It's people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
This is something positive
Yeah.
that you think people. Why didn't you tell me it was 11 days?
Well,
You keep
You-
telling
you're
me.
always the Grinch.
You keep telling me we should go down there. We should have some
See,
wrestling
it's
down
called
there.
Octavitas.
It's
I'm
the
good with
weather's
my Puerto
nice.
Rican history for all,
Yeah.
my Puerto Rican people that
Yeah,
watch the
no.
show. That's
Maybe
one of my
we should
things.
have a segment with Puerto Rican culture because I didn't know
Well,
that.
I
I never knew that. I think that's a positive.
Yes, I mean the longest Christmas. Among other things, we should have a Puerto Rican day at the podcast. So maybe we'll do that leading towards Puerto Rican festival weekend. We'll
They
have
got
our
good New
own.
Year's rituals too. New Year celebrations.
Yep, we'll have our own little Puerto Rican Day parade in the podcast.
All right, that's fine.
We'll do that.
We can all get cultured. How's
Yes,
that?
indeed. Maybe we'll have some mixed stuff going around. We'll do some different ones. So, but I think we covered everything for tonight.
Oh well,
Up the poll.
I have to give the favorite.
Oh yes.
Where in the world is Joel
Yes,
Davis?
indeed. Yeah.
And we have a missing person alert.
What?
I
Joel's
checked,
missing.
I checked
No,
Joel's
Joel's
social
not missing.
media. There is nothing scheduled right now I see out there coming in the next month. But in true Joel Davis fashion, once it breaks, you'll all know about it. So,
Well, yeah. Joe's got some surprises for the new year, and then we'll be the first ones to know when that happens, and we'll have it here on the podcast when it does. We have any comments there on the chat?
Yep, about the should we have 2 referees in championship matches? 57% people said yes, 43% said no.
No, so one. We might have to have one. We might have to consider that once the rematch or whatever is going to happen in the tag team division happens.
I'm not opposed to it.
So we might.
Especially a tag match. I mean, there's a lot of action going on, so
Yeah.
there should be.
I know. Didn't want to help too in your match, Danny? That you don't lose tag team partners.
Well, that too.
You'll have 2 refs to tell you where they went.
We're gonna have to hire a prior investigator to keep Danny's partners from disappearing. But it's been a good one tonight. We're going into the holidays, so a lot of good stuff happening. Until next time, until next week, stay safe. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Leave us a like, leave us some comments, and tune in next week when we come back right here in the Showcase Pod for Don Vega, Dan Bedondi, and the boss Chris Blackheart. We'll catch you down the road.